The Anti-Defamation League writes, quote, Hamas has a charter which they live up to every day, calling for Israel's destruction. Hamas has used the last 2 years of relative quiet to build up an arsenal of rockets whose sole purpose is to attack Israel. Hamas has built a huge network of tunnels leading into Israel with the purpose of murdering large numbers of Israelis and seizing hostages. Henry Siegman, can you respond?
What I would point out to my former friend, Abe Foxman of the ADL, is that, too, is Israel's charter, or at least the policy of this government and of many previous governments, which is to prevent the emergence of a Palestinian state. And they have built up their army and their armaments to implement that policy. And the difference between Hamas and the State of Israel is that the State of Israel is actually doing it. They're actually implementing it. They're actually preventing a Palestinian state which doesn't exist. And millions of Palestinians live in this subservient position without rights and without security, without hope, and without a future. That's not the state of it. The State of Israel is a very successful state. And happily, Jews live there with a thriving economy and with an army whose main purpose is preventing that Palestinian state from coming into being. That's their mandate. For years, I have been suggesting and arguing that they want to do that because they are intent on preventing the development of a Palestinian state. To put it bluntly, they want all of it. They want all of Palestine. Now, this is something that Netanyahu said openly and without any reservations when he was not in government. He wrote about it, published a book about it, his opposition to a Palestinian state, that Israel couldn't allow that. The difference between the time that he incidentally opposed not just Palestinian statehood, he opposed peace agreements with Egypt, he opposed peace agreements with Jordan. Any positive step towards a stabilization in a more peaceful region, Netanyahu has been on record as opposing. The only difference between his positions in the past and the position now is that he pretends that he really would like to see a two-state solution, which, as you know, is the affirmation he made in his so-called Bar Ilan speech several years ago. And some naive people said, you know, redemption is at hand. When to his own people he winked and made clear, and as I just read recently, I didn't know that it's on record that his father said, of course he didn't mean it. He will attach conditions that will make it impossible. But that was his tactic. His tactic was to say, we are all in favor of it, but if only we had a Palestinian partner. Now, in fact, they've had a Palestinian partner that's been willing and able. They set up institutions that the World Bank has said are more effective than most states that are members of the UN today. And that, of course, made no difference. And continued to say we do not have a partner because you have nearly 2 million Palestinians in Gaza who are not represented. So the unity government became a threat to that tactic of pretending to be in support of a Palestinian state.
אני אומר לך, אביבי, בפורום הכי מצומצם, באמת שגם לא אמור לצאת החוצה. יש לנו הרגשה שכולם מדברים איתנו כשהם מחוץ לתפקיד, שמגיעים לתפקיד, נופל עליהם איזה קטר כזה שממסמר אותם לאיזו התנהגות שונה. כי אריק אמר לפני הבחירות, תנסו אותי ותראו.
אני לא מתייחס לאריק. לא, אבל זה לא משנה. למה? מה קורה? מה קורה? לא, אריק תשמור. הוא רוצה? לא רוצים למשוך אותו. שהוא ידבר.
לא העיקרי, קודם כל, לתת להם מכות, לא רק מכות כל כך מכילות, שהמחיר יהיה כבד מנשוא. כרגע המחיר לא כבד מנשוא. התקפה רבת היקף ברשות הפלסטינית. זה מפחד שהכל מתמוטט.
לא פוחדים, צוחקים להם, יראו לנו את הישר פה וצחוק ופשוט הם לא פוחדים.
זה מה שמביא אותם להפסק.
רגע, אבל